Hey guys, so we're going to do our practice landscape now, or cityscape or seascape, or our scene. And this practice is really going to be about making lots of sketches with different ideas. Okay, so what we'll do first is fold our paper once, and twice, so we end up with a small rectangle. And then we unfold it. We end up with 1, 2, 3, 4 rectangles. And on the back, 2, 4. Okay, so I'm going to start up here in this one. Together we'll make 2, and then you guys will fill up the other 6 with your own idea. So the first one I'm going to do is a cityscape. And we talked about foreground are things closest to us. That means they're biggest and the things we see first. So let's make some buildings that are close to us. Means I can only see part of them and they're big, kind of in the way. And they don't all have to be the exact same shape. Maybe there's a curved one. So those are foreground buildings. Now behind them there's probably going to be even more buildings in the middle ground. Maybe a little bit smaller. You can add details. And keep on adding your buildings until you have your middle ground of your city. You can always add windows, spires. Okay, and then finally there's a background. That's any small buildings that are very far away, big skyscrapers that you can just see. And then the sky in the background. So we might say it's cloudy out today, cloudy and stormy. So I'm going to put clouds all in the sky behind the buildings, because the sky goes on for as far as you can see, right? So it's going to be all behind the buildings. So there's a simple city. You can of course add more details. Let's move on. We're going to make a farm, I think, so a regular landscape. Now in the city, the buildings were obstructing my view. You couldn't see the horizon line. But if there's a farm, it probably has fields that go for a long way, so you can put a horizon line. That's that horizontal line that goes across the page. And then you start adding things like maybe a barn. So I'll put a square for the front of the barn. A roof with a triangle. Maybe there's a tree over here. Now notice that everything I put is down on the ground. It's not sitting up on the horizon. That would mean it would be very, very far away, right? Everything is on the ground, and then if you wouldn't be able to see the horizon line through it, you could go and erase. But of course it's just a sketch. You don't have to erase right away, just as long as you know what you're doing. You can add details like the barn door. Now this barn looks very flat. If we put a little shape on the side here, a diagonal, it will look more 3D. So all I did was put a diagonal line coming up to the roof, and then diagonal line for the roof, and then finish it off. Made my barn 3D. And then of course you would want to fill this page up with more things, like maybe there's a fence, there's animals, that's a silly looking horse. Okay, And then as you get further away, maybe there's a forest in the back. So I'm just drawing some bubbly shapes for trees. Maybe there's fields, so you can draw the lines for the fields. There's plants growing in the fields. Okay, so you're going to come up. What else goes on? So that's the background back there. This is the middle ground, and this horse right here, he's in our foreground. He's very close. And then, of course, the part of the background is the sky. Figuring out what kind of day it is. Setting the scene. Alright, so I've given you guys 2 ideas we did together. Now, I want these to all be completely different ideas. Maybe you can make one on a different planet. Maybe you can make one in a cave. Maybe you can make one with your house. Things like that. Now, I don't want to see just one big thing in the middle and hardly any area, because it's a landscape, so we want to see all the stuff that's around, all the stuff in the picture, not just one big thing. Okay? So if you were going to draw one big house, make it smaller and then put what's around it. Alright? So that's going to be our practice, our brainstorming to get our ideas. I want lots of different original and interesting ideas. Everyone should be different. I don't want to see 6 cities. We've already done a city. You might want to do one more city if you want it to be different from mine, but otherwise do something new. Okay? So you guys work on this. Bye.